Hey everybody, this is Bryan Knowlton with HowToEarnMoney.TV. It doesn't matter if you've never made a dime online before. Through my step-by-step video tutorials and interviews with industry experts, I'm going to show you how you can make money online.
Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great week. I have a really exciting interview right now. It's with Mike Koenigs. He's the co-founder of InstantCustomer and TrafficGeyser, two incredibly marketing platforms that I've had the opportunity to try them both out. He's also a best-selling author, video producer, electric car enthusiast, and was voted in 2009 Marketer of the Year. How you doing today, Mike?
Hey, thanks, and appreciate being here, Bryan.
Yeah, I'm really excited to have you.
Yeah, I'm good.
Great. Well, I know our time is pretty limited today, so I'm just going to dive right into it. In a nutshell, how did you get into internet marketing or making money online?
All right. Well, I actually was interested. I've been online, and interestingly, I had an agency, a marketing agency called Digital Cafe, and believe it or not, I was marketing online in 1991 is when I got my first paying customer, and it was on CompuServe. And I had this company, Digital Cafe. We did something we called branded entertainment, which we wrote computer software, training programs, and entertainment, and including video games for various companies. And it was 20th Century Fox hired me to develop a screensaver for them for an upcoming movie. And of course, that was basically, I was hanging out on an online forum on CompuServe. That later on, I ended up getting clients using Prodigy, if you remember that, another service called Delphi. Yeah. And I thought, well, this is pretty cool. I was getting clients and customers. But it wasn't until about 1999 or 2000 or so that I started getting emails and started seeing websites where people were selling information. And at that point, I was doing high-end consulting. I was getting paid a lot of money to do search engine optimization, but I saw this guy online who sold a product, and he sold 1,000 copies of a product for $1,000.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, $1 million writing emails and making a website. I was hooked.
Wow.
So at that point, I did everything in my power to learn everything I possibly could about what turned out to be copywriting and direct response marketing. And I also had a friend who had a record company, and he was selling albums online, $20 CDs, but he was selling hundreds at a time. And I was,
wow.
I did the math, and I'm like, oh my God, you're making thousands of dollars, and his wife is packing envelopes,
yeah.
And he was basically writing stories to get people interested in what he had. So, make a long story short, it was after that time that I met a woman. Her name is Arielle Ford. She had represented 11 New York Times best-selling authors, including Deepak Chopra, Wayne Dyer, the Don Miguel Ruiz from the Four Agreements. I mean, every personal development guru you could imagine, plus that personal, alternative health and spirituality, basically. And she was about to leave the business of being a book representative and publicist. And I said, well, before you leave the business, why don't you let me produce a product all about what you do? And together we created a product called Everything You Should Know About Publicity, Publishing, Promotion, and Building a Platform. And that's where I got to learn a lot about the book publishing world and got mentored by one of the greatest publicists in the world, but also created my first information product. And basically, simultaneously, I applied that same knowledge to create a product called the Internet Infomercial Toolkit.
Oh,
so
wow.
That ended up, I created websites, sold it online. It made, at the time, a few $100,000, and it also started getting me opportunities to speak and present on stages. And that product, when the Internet Infomercial Toolkit came out, it was right before YouTube launched. So when YouTube came out, I was already probably the leading expert and authority on online video marketing, one-of-a-kind skill set, and that exposure helped me create TrafficGeyser because, of course, when I started marketing with video online and all these services started cropping up, people were like, well, it takes too long to upload my videos and distribute them, so TrafficGeyser automated marketing. So it was sort of like one thing led into another thing, led into another thing. And from there, it's turned into, substantial multi-million-dollar business for, we're now in our 8th year.
Wow.
So it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, back when TrafficGeyser started, and even before that, it was a totally different playing field. To create a video and put it online and to market it, even the bandwidth costs alone, it's not like it is today where you could go right into YouTube and record a video right there, It's totally different. So, I mean, to be able to be the leader right when the video marketing, I mean, that is perfect timing for when you got into it.
Right place, right time, right message. I mean, there's something to be said about online marketing. Timing has a lot to do with it, but also being able to build rapport with an audience and understand who your customer is and delivering the right product at the right time for them. And I think that was the other thing, is because I had this exposure, and I had a body of, at the time, hundreds, I don't think we had thousands of customers, but we certainly had a database of tens of thousands of people. And by being able to survey them and ask them, what's your biggest challenge that you have today? And that is what paved the way, is really you're just developing products that satisfy the needs, the demands, and desires, and also the pains that a customer and client has. And, that's what evolved into InstantCustomer is the number one challenge most people have today, is they have no list or database to market to. And, if you say, well, one of the problems that you have in doing that is you need traffic, so TrafficGeyser and this video marketing thing certainly helps with that. The second part is, how do you capture those names and communicate with the greatest number of platforms possible? And you need an integrated, what we call multi-channel strategy, which is email, mobile text, voicemail, being able to deliver your audio and your video messages to every device everywhere simultaneously to build rapport and trust. So, I've also solved my own problems. Every single one of these products I originally designed for my biggest marketing challenge. And I had, in this case, I wanted to learn everything I possibly could. And I believe that the best way to be a great marketer is to turn your life into a laboratory. Expose, be an authentic representative of your biggest challenges, share how you solve those, and prove that it works, and you'll naturally build a following as a result of that.
Yeah, and I mean, I really like the way that, I was in the same boat as you, struggling with video distribution and production, and then I'm also a real estate appraiser and a broker, and staying in constant contact with people was difficult, which, InstantCustomer totally blows any system out of the water when it comes to staying in contact. And, I mean, you could take someone's business card and just take a picture of it, and it gets put into your database, or you could tell them, text this number here, and they text your number, and they get an instant call back saying, I'm glad I met you, whatever. Yeah. It's really great products.
Thanks.
I'm sure you've created quite a few products, but out of those, which ones are your baby? Are they both your baby, or,
Let's see. Well, everything's been...
They're totally two different platforms.
Yeah, so I think here was the thing about TrafficGeyser is TrafficGeyser was very unique. We were the first video syndication and distribution service that was ever made. And the messaging and timing really, really deeply resonated with a lot of people, and it went viral fairly quickly. And what it really did that was great, and that I'm proudest of, is when people started using TrafficGeyser, they used it in ways we'd never had imagined, and a lot of people used it as consultants. They became online video marketing and traffic generation consultants. Yeah. And I can remember, looking for, asking people about, how are you using TrafficGeyser and what's happening with it? We did a live event, and at that thing, I had people walking up to me and said, I had my first $10,000 month in my entire life. Prior to this, I was struggling to make $50,000 a year. I've got 3 kids, And now 100% of my business comes from me doing video marketing and TrafficGeyser for my clients and my customers. And I just want to give you a hug.
Wow.
I mean, I got wives walking up and crying, saying, "You have no idea what you've done for my family." And that was like, holy cow. And as we deep dove, that's what originally created our first real information product that came out of this business, which was the Firepower Business Builder Blueprint, which what we essentially did is we documented all the successes that our customers and clients were having with these tools and created systems around them. And then we started creating specialized tools inside TrafficGeyser that took care of that.
Yeah.
And from there, that's when Main Street Marketing Machines was born. It was from the second generation of that. And again, it just came from a lot of clients and customers saying, here's how I'm using your system and here's what I need. And at that point, one of the greatest success stories that ever came to pass, which was the Fireman Mike story. It was this guy who was a fireman, been a fireman for years, dabbled and tried doing some entrepreneurial things, lost a lot of money, and it was always struggling. And he's like, how do I figure this out? Well, he just took some information that we shared on a webinar, implemented it, made $5,000 with about 2.5 hours worth of work, and had never done anything like it before that.
Wow.
And he shared his story. And what we did is we basically built a system that automated everything that he did and taught that system along with about a dozen other money-making strategies that people could do for local and small businesses.
Yeah.
And all once the story started rolling in about people who had literally saved the corner business from failure because they got them optimized online or helped automate their lead generation, or even just did a newsletter that did offers and specials and sales for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just something simple. But that has turned into a substantial industry.
Oh, yeah.
And so, again, getting back to the core, I think the most important lesson to be learned here is when you spend some time and get to know who your ideal customer is, what their pains are, and you deliver not only a great resource and tool that will help them accomplish and overcome that challenge, but supply them with the proof and the step-by-step systems to help them get from where they are to where they want to be in the shortest period of time, you can create a beautiful business based upon trust and integrity. And remember that what we are all in the business of is transformation. You're either in the business of business transformation or personal transformation, and that all comes from having irrefutable proof that what you have actually works. And the greatest place to start is with your own life. Make your life a laboratory and then extend beyond that.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I really like the angle of the local marketing. It's still huge. And I would have to say that there's only 95% of local companies are probably taking the full opportunity of internet marketing. And it's still, the door is still wide open for people to become, local marketing consultants.
Yeah.
And I do talk about it frequently on my show. That's great, man. Thank you for sharing that story about how you came up with those products. And your most recent, I've been watching videos of you on YouTube recently. And is that the multicast?
Yeah. So when people ask, okay, what's the next big thing? Why?
Yeah.
What? Because I think if you look at our history as a business, and my history also in the past 20 years that I've been marketing online, and what I have found is we've been really good at predicting kind of like what the next big thing is pretty accurately. It's like, again, timing-wise, InstantCustomer was one of the first platforms ever to do a combination of email and mobile marketing and voicemail marketing, true integrated, what we call cross-channel marketing. But the trend now is towards what we call multi-channel marketing. And the basic idea is create your content once and distribute it everywhere to as many places as possible. So what we do is we tell people, and I'll give you a story, an example.
Right.
In this case, it was about a couple months ago, as of the time we're recording this right now. Paul Colligan who's our trainer and our content producer here at TrafficGeyser and InstantCustomer, said, I want to experiment with this idea of rapid publishing. And, of course, we had previously released that product, Author Expert Marketing Machines, which is about how to position yourself as an expert and authority, how to self-publish, get a book published, become a best-selling author, and turn your knowledge into products so you can sell your knowledge, not your time.
Yeah.
And, again, big hit there. It was the right, and it's still very, very relevant. But the next stage is, well, how do I publish to every device all at once, everywhere in the world? And the answer is you want to multicast. So what we did is we did an interview where Paul interviewed, just kind of like we are right now, and I asked him 21 questions live as a live cast, a streaming video, for about 90 minutes. And we had, I think at the peak, around 500 people or so watching us. So what we did then is took that video, which we had everyone watching live, and we turned it into multiple podcasts, which got, of course, Apple gives you free broadcasting. That's the beauty, is they've got hundreds of millions of credit cards on file, and virtually every device, whether it's your iPhone or your iPad, or in this case, Android devices, Apple TVs, I mean, literally hundreds of millions, to the tune of billions of devices now that are capable of receiving your podcast.
Yeah.
But then we mobile cast and we social cast that content, so we make that content available to be listened to and watched on mobile phones. We also allow you to interact with a program with mobile communications. We social cast it, so we basically use TrafficGeyser to broadcast it out to all the video sites, social sites, et cetera, same content. We also transcribe and we bookcast the content. So,
holy cow.
So what we did is with that content in 17 days, published that show, which is now called Podcast Strategies. It's on Kindle. We sold 1,600 copies of the book in 48 hours and became a bestseller in 7 countries.
Wow.
And in 4 categories, all from a 90-minute interview. So the basic idea is it's 5 ways of distributing your content. So you live cast it. That's how you create it.
Yeah.
Then you podcast. You social cast, mobile cast, and book cast the content. Again, create your content once, distribute it to every device everywhere in the world, and leverage multi-billion-dollar networks and properties for free.
Wow.
And make money from it at the same time. And what's great is if you find that content either resonates, whether you're promoting, marketing, or selling your business, or just building your own audience, or if you want to, once you've built that audience and you get some interest, and we've got some strategies for how to capture leads and get their contact information and build that rapport. But you might find that one free 90-minute thing that you do might generate hundreds or thousands of viewers, visitors, and interested people who want more. Well, now you've got a base from which you can create a show or a product or a whole business based around that, or you can support your own business, or you can do it for other people and charge money for it as well as a highly paid multicast marketing consultant.
Yeah.
So now we're teaching people and training people how to do just that. And we've got right now, I think we just are about to hit, if we haven't hit, the 7,000 member mark in multicast marketing machines. So clearly this message has resonated with a lot of people. And and we've got people in Fortune 500 companies all the way to absolute startups who philosophically really resonate with this idea of create it once, distribute it everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it makes total sense. If you're going to go take the time to create a video, you might as well be able to distribute it across as many platforms as possible. And I love that transcribing and bookmarking and stuff. That's amazing.
Yep.
So that's a membership site, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And is there software included to help you with that process?
Yeah. So what we have is we've just created special editions of TrafficGeyser and InstantCustomer that support multicast marketing machines. And so, again, TrafficGeyser continues to evolve. We're always adding new capabilities and features and functions. And the basic idea is it's a one It's one place to syndicate your content all over the internet with essentially one click. And then with InstantCustomer, it's the world's leading platform for capturing leads and communicating with as many different methods as possible. And we're adding some really cool functionality right now that basically turns it into like a Lego construction kit for linking together all sorts of other services. So, for example, if you were going to do a paid live event, you can link InstantCustomer to Eventbrite and collect money and still follow up with email and mobile text and voicemail messaging and marketing. You can link it up with Infusionsoft or Salesforce.com or any other tools and basically construct your own business apps by snapping together different services. And that's a brand new feature that we're rolling out right now, and I'm really excited about it because if you think about it, it's like an app creation kit for making money, whether you're a business owner or you're a consultant.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, just like you said, you could use it for yourself. You could use it as a consultant for other companies. Those are some great platforms. So before I let you go, what was that? I heard you had like a $30 million launch or a $100 million launch. Was that for this product or?
Well, not for this one. So here's what we've had: over $30 million in. Let's see. I think I've sold over $100 million worth of products online. Our launches, our internal launches, have generated well over $30 million, and our largest launch we ever created generated $9.1 million in a single week. And we did one live broadcast, a live cast. So imagine if we were broadcasting live right now to an audience of 2,000 people, we generated $3.1 million in a one-day broadcast.
What was that for?
That was the original Main Street marketing machines.
Okay.
So we are right now designing the next product in, we'll call it that series of products. So it's designed to teach people how to become highly paid marketing consultants, both for their own businesses and doing it for other people. And we are going to be releasing that this October. And if you're on our mailing list, you'll hear more about that, and we'll be announcing it at our Rocktoberfest event, October 11th through 13th, and showing it off for the first time. And we're beta testing all the tools and resources right now, just getting prepared. But I'm really excited about it because we've figured out some what I believe are some industry transformational tools and resources that, again, no one has thought about yet. And that we've been testing out with great success, and we really think it's going to change the way people think about how they market online and how they communicate and connect. And also, if you want to become a marketing consultant, there's some great ways to leverage yourself, build your own platform, your own visibility, while you're supporting and helping other people with their businesses get more leads, build their business, grow and increase their profits, and also survive and thrive, which let's face it, we live right now in a business hostile environment between just what the economy is doing and also, in my opinion, we've got an overreaching government right now that makes it very difficult for small business owners to do what they do, which is to create prosperity and wealth and create jobs. And they seem to be doing everything in their power to mess it up for us, in my opinion. Yeah. It's just like they're not supporting us and helping us out. And certainly, like I say, I consider it a business hostile environment right now. So we've got to get more creative as entrepreneurs and band together and team together and mastermind and brainstorm and find effective ways to build a connection and create opportunities and to create abundance now more than ever before. I think the safety and health of the planet depends and rests on the backs of entrepreneurs who are innovating and solving the biggest challenges that we have in the world today.
I agree. And the great thing that I like about your marketing platform is that you're allowing people to build up their own consulting business, and you give them the tools to build up their own consulting business. At the same time, you use those same tools to help other people do better and to hire more employees and to improve the economy. So it's really rewarding, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, it is. That's my favorite thing that anyone can ever walk up is when they walk up either at one of our live events, and my favorite is when a couple walks up and it's either the husband or the wife walks up with tears streaming down their eyes and said, I thought my spouse was crazy. They've been following you online, and I just thought it was a waste of time and money. I'm here at this event, and you have no idea what you've done for my family and how proud I am of my spouse for just not listening to me. You know, it's sort of like doing what they knew was the right thing to do, and I thought this was all a bunch of malarkey until I came here, and I found that there are just great people who want to make a big difference. And you changed my life. Those are it's you changed my life. 4 words that fuels me and just feeds my soul. Because again, I think when we look at what we do and say if we should be in the transformation business, we should be transforming lives and businesses and transforming the world and the planet. And with the nonprofit work that my wife does overseas, she does in Uganda and Senegal, and you can see how a tiny investment, when one entrepreneur could just have a goat and produce milk, enough milk to supply and nourish their family, and also a little bit to sell in the marketplace so they can send their children to school to stop the cycle of poverty. That one tiny thing, an entrepreneur can save a family, which saves a community, which saves a city, which saves a state and a country, and ultimately the world. And it comes from having a personal investment and having pride of ownership and personal property and the desire to grow and make the world a better place for their own children. And in turn, those children see that they in turn have a civic duty, and they turn into teachers and trainers, and they get satisfaction from transforming the lives of some other people around. But it all starts with the incentive and the spark that I can make a better life for myself and my family. That one shift in someone's mind and know and feel like they can do it, that's where true power comes from.
Yeah. I mean, I really like the internet has opened so many doors, and what you're really showing people is like you could be an average Joe and you could really learn this information and really change your life. And when that just happens to you, you naturally want to pass that forward and help someone else out, or a community or a nation. I mean, that's really great. So, into the real fun stuff, Rocktober. So you got to tell me about your event. It's called Rocktober, right?
Yeah, Rocktoberfest.
Rocktoberfest.
It's there's information at rocktoberfestlive.com. But basically what it is we are doing what is a all-out a reinvention summit. So if you're in a spot where you want to reinvent yourself or your business and find the latest, greatest ways to market and promote yourself with social media and video marketing and sales and marketing automation tools, learn more about how to become a highly paid online marketing consultant, helping other small businesses, or how to turn your know-how and your knowledge into products that you can sell, so you're selling your knowledge instead of your time. If you want to get some maximum leverage out of your life, this is an event for you. And one of the treats we're doing, so first of all, it costs less than $100 to attend.
That's
and
awesome.
I'm paying for a cruise in the San Diego Bay, and we're right on Coronado, which is a beautiful, beautiful place to hold an event. It's right on the water. I'm taking everyone out at my expense. So bottom line is I'm losing money doing this event because, as I'm sure you know, this last year I had cancer. I almost died.
Oh my God.
I'm about life celebration right now. So I thought, what a great way. Let's get all of our clients and our customers together and throw a great party, a great event that's filled with education and training, and really create some transformation in your life and hopefully your family's life. And we made it so incredibly affordable. So we're going to sell out, that's for sure. We only have 500 seats available.
Oh my God.
But it'll be a remarkable place to network and connect with other like-minded entrepreneurs who are abundance-minded. And you'll find the latest and greatest tools and resources, and we'll also be showing off the development that we've been working on, our next big thing. And I always have some sort of a cool new tool or system up our sleeve that we'll be teaching and training and sharing as well. So definitely, again, it's at rocktoberfestlive.com is where the information, the registration is. And again, we always sell out all of our events, and this one is going to sell out sooner than later, so you definitely want to get in there, and that's October 11th through 13th here in San Diego.
Wow. I'm definitely going to be there. I can't wait.
You'll have a great time, Brian, for sure. Yep.
That's so awesome. And about your Tesla.
Yeah.
Do you still have your Tesla Roadster?
I do. I've got an itch right now. I'm thinking seriously about picking up the Model S, but I have officially had the car now 3 years. When I got it, it was, basically cutting edge. It still is a cutting edge car, but I have successfully driven it over 30,000 miles.
Wow.
When I got it, I put solar panels on my home, so I have powered my car and my house with solar energy. I haven't had a gasoline bill now in 3 years.
Oh my God.
For those 30,000 miles, because the sun is in fact charging my car.
Yeah.
And our electricity bill, and it's about $250 for 6 months. And it could be zero if I could just train my wife and my son to turn off the lights. I know that it's about $250 worth. And my wife runs her nonprofit foundation out of our house, and we have people there. So there's of course some other technology that's running during the day. But if all we did is we had a little bit better power management, and I've also been making the shift to LED lights everywhere, replacing those. So I know we'll be at a net zero, which has been my goal. I thought if I could power my home and my car 100% from the sun. And here's what's great is when you make that commitment, at least here in Southern California, if you're in a cloudier area, it's not the same. But what's really fascinating is for under 20 grand, you can go all solar and overproduce electricity. Okay, it'd be enough for a car and a house, a full electric car, but you get all that money back in tax savings plus in electricity savings. So my system paid for itself just in electricity and gasoline savings in 2 years and 8 months. Wow. And when we took it in, plus you get a substantial federal tax deduction as well, which still holds true. At the time, depending on which state you live in, I actually got a check back from the state of California also. And I don't know if they're still doing those rebates. But the other neat thing is in the electricity, the solar panels these days are so efficient that compared to when I got mine 3 years ago, they're already significantly more efficient. So you can get a system for less money that produces even more power, and it gives you a return on investment. And if you ever want to, I don't know what you've found, but what I've found in talking to realtors is they've told me that if you have a home and you install panels on the home, you would instantly increase the value of that home by $30,000 to $50,000, which is more than you'll invest installing it.
Wow!
Because buyers, when they hear that there's no electricity bills, they want your house. Okay.
Yeah.
And so they'll roll that into their mortgage payment. To them, it's a no-brainer.
Right.
So if I were going to sell a house today, the first thing I'd do right before I'd sell it, install a solar panel and say no electricity bills.
Yeah,
right?
And you definitely sell it a lot quicker too. So well, I got to get that ride from you sometime with that Tesla Roadster. And if they want to see your documentary, Life with Tesla, where can they see that?
Yeah, just head on over to lifewithtesla.com. The documentary, I produced a 42-minute documentary about going solar and going 100% electric with your car, and I give it away. It's a totally free documentary. My goal at the time was I'm so passionate about becoming energy independent that I wanted, first of all, to answer all the questions that I had, which is, okay, how much does it cost? How long does it take? How long does it take to charge your car? How long will it run? Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Everyone asked me the same questions all the time. I thought, why not answer all those questions in a concise, fun documentary? Of course, deep inside, I'm a frustrated filmmaker, so I have a lot of fun making the documentary. And I've been told, I get emails, I still get them every single day from people who say, I watched your documentary and that's what inspired me to buy an electric car.
Wow.
And I know I've sold a lot of cars for Tesla, and I don't make a dime. I'm just an enthusiast.
I'm sure.
Who believes in the cause. And I believe one of the fastest ways to attain freedom and independence is to attain energy independence and freedom. And there's a lot of arguments about, well, how much in oil it costs to make a car and get them around and that kind of thing. And I get that, but right now the only way to become energy independent and free is to make an effort and make a step. And that's why I was willing to essentially overpay for an electric car. The Tesla Roadster was a very expensive car when it came out, but I felt so strongly that I wanted to support an American manufacturer creating a great car that was engineered, designed by idealists, a lot of technology people. I have a lot of faith in that team, and they've since, as you can see, they paid off their federal loan ahead of time, way ahead of schedule. They're publicly traded now. They're making money, okay, which is awesome. And to get inside a business as competitive as the automotive business and go against legacy and idiocy, if you've heard some of the stupidity that they are dealing with, because you've got these auto dealer unions that are trying to prevent Tesla from selling their cars directly to consumers, it's like, come on. That mindset is what's driving our country broke right now, our world broke. And right now, we've got to support innovation and abundance-minded thinking. And what I love about Tesla is they did it. And they did take that loan, but guess what? They paid it back way ahead of schedule. Okay? It's because their product is awesome and it's great. And they have these Looney Tunes idiots standing in the way of innovation and stopping and preventing consumers from voting with their wallets instead of through big fat politicians and lobbyists. Look, it is time for an economic revolution to occur, and this is a good way to start it. And that's why I was willing to put my money where my mouth is, produce the documentary, give it away, and share the love and also the vision that these people are doing the right thing at the right time, and they're doing it for the right reasons. Yeah. And it's time that America and the rest of the world gets behind that and supports it. And I'm going to continue to invest in their products and their services. And I want to support other smart entrepreneurs who are doing the same thing. That's why I think crowdsourcing is here to stay. All these great economic movements that are happening right now that are pro-entrepreneur and pro-innovation and pro-problem solving, this is the kind of education and mindset we need to create a true transformation.
Yeah, definitely. So if people want to find out more about you and your different products and the services and the membership sites, what's the best place? Because I have like probably 10 or 20 different websites of yours.
We're everywhere, man.
Everywhere.
So one of them is certainly you can come. My personal website is MikeKoenigs.com. It's MikeKoenigs.com. You can sign up for my personal newsletter, and then you'll get information and news about what's going on. We talked about Rocktoberfest Live, which is the event. Another great place, if you want to learn more about how to turn your know-how and knowledge into products and services, check out Author Expert Marketing Machines. Okay. And there's a free book. You'll get a free book on how to do this. We've got TrafficGeyser if you want to distribute your content and your videos or learn video marketing. We've got InstantCustomer, which helps you capture leads and automate your marketing, and we give you free training for that. And those are some places to go, and of course, Life with Tesla to get that free documentary. So all those places will support you, and ultimately you'll get introduced to our products and services by way of that. So. It's due to the nature of our diverse businesses and our products. We don't have a single consolidated place, and that's kind of foolish on my part. I realize that it's like, but we're busy being entrepreneurs and innovators and solving problems, and sometimes we don't solve our own problems. It's just like, okay, put everything in one place already. But, we're actually working on that right now. We just haven't done it, but we will. And but at least go to any one of those places, and you'll get sent down the right path and the right funnel.
Wow. Well, that's great, man. Thank you so much for doing the interview with me today. Mm-hmm. And again, you could go to MikeKoenigs.com, sign up for his information there. I think if you sign up to the newsletter, you even get a bunch of free stuff, including the Life with Tesla documentary. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep, and a lot of my viewers are actually on Roku.
Great.
Yeah. So
I love Roku.
Roku's great. I love it. So on there, you might even be able to search in something like, what's a big video sharing site like Viaway, or there's different apps that you could go in and search, and they could find your documentary.
Yeah, you definitely can. Well, it's on iTunes available as on there. And also, now I haven't checked, but it is supposed to be available now on Hulu. I actually got international distribution for the, and I did a deal recently for international distribution. So it's actually going to be distributed as a real movie on iTunes, as well as on Roku and Hulu. So it should be on there. I actually haven't checked in a couple weeks, and I talked to my representative yesterday, and I forgot to ask where it was. But their intent is to get it out there. So it's easy to find online. You can watch it on your phone. You can watch it on anything, because I've got it on YouTube. I've got it on
You distribute it everywhere. So any type of podcast searching app, you could use that to find that on Roku.
Yeah.
I love the documentary, so I suggest that everyone watch it. So thanks again, man. I can't wait to get that ride and go on that cruise. Awesome. So I'll be seeing you soon.
You got it. Thank you so much, Bryan, and great job. You're a very, very good interviewer.
Oh, man, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Well, take care.
You got it. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, I hope you really enjoyed that episode. You know, I've been receiving a lot of really good comments and questions off of my website about how to earn money. So what I'd like you to do, if you're interested, is send me an email. You know, any questions, comments, and I will be answering any type of questions and answering the comments in my upcoming shows. So just visit the website here, submit your information, and I'm going to be answering those for you. Another great thing is a lot of people have been going into iTunes and rating my show in there. I'm not sure if you're watching it on iTunes or YouTube or Roku, but in iTunes, you know, you just log in, give me a 5-star rating, or is it 5 stars or is it 3? I'm not sure. Find out. Just go there and rate my show and put in a comment there. That really helps me out, get more exposure, and able to bring more shows to you. Same thing with Roku. Just go to the title screen for the show, rate me in there, and that just brings in more viewers. So I really appreciate that. Really helps me out a lot. And if you're looking for that WordPress hosting, want to get a WordPress website up instantly, go to mybluehosting.com, send me the information if you'd like, and I'll install your WordPress blog for you. So thanks again for spending your time with me, and until next time, just do it.